Okay, so today, mathematicians, we are looking at dividing whole numbers again by non-unit fractions. But this time we're going to see what happens when we don't have pretty numbers. What happens when we end up with a remainder? So we're going to do a review here of 6 divided by 3/5. This means we're starting off with 6 wholes or 6 objects. We're going to look at it as repeated subtraction of subtracting 3/5 each time. So our group size is 3/5. So again, we're going to look and see how many 1/5 do we have altogether. So here we have 5/5. So altogether we'd end up with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we have 30 1/5. And each time we're going to take away 3 of those. So we're going to take here away one group of 3/5, 2 groups of 3/5, 3 groups of 3/5. I'm going to take away 1, 2, 3 groups of 3/5 right there. Another group of 3/5, 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 and one more group of 3/5. So we took away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 groups of 3/5. Well, why does that make sense? We had 30 1/5 each time we took away 3, and we can take away 10 groups of 3 from those 30 1/5. So now let's look at this. What if our group size is 4/5 instead of 3/5? We still have, let's just mark this down. We still have 30 1/5 to begin with, right? We have our 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 1/5. This time we're going to take away 4/5 to make one group or one set. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 sets of 1/5. 4/5, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 sets of 4/5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sets of 4/5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 sets of 4/5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 6 sets of 4/5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 7 sets of 4/5. But let's look at what we have left over here. We have a couple 1/5 left over. We have 2 left over, right? Have 2 extra 1/5. So that would be our remainder. But we don't record it as 2/5 because remember, we're looking at how many sets of 4/5 can we take away. When we had those 31/5 and we're taking away groups of 4, we could take away 7 whole groups of 3/4. When we did that, we took away 28 1/5. We're left with 2 out of the 4 that we need to make another set. So our answer is how many groups of 4/5 can we take out of 6? We can take away 7 whole groups, and we're left with 2 out of the 4 that we need to make another set. And we can, of course, record that as 7 1/2. So let's look at that again here with 5 divided by 2/3. So if we look here, we have our 5 wholes divided into thirds. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 1/3, right? We have 15 1/3. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. We're going to subtract 2/3 each time. That's the size of our set that we're subtracting. So we're putting this into groups of 2/3. So there's one group of 2/3, 2 groups of 2/3, 3 groups of 2/3, 4 groups of 2/3, 5 groups of 2/3, 6 groups of 2/3. Oh, and look at that. 7 groups of 2/3. And here we have that one leftover piece again. So we had 15 1/3. When we put them into groups of 2, we had 7 whole groups. Right here we have 1 out of the 2, we're going to just call them pieces for now, pieces needed to make another set. So we had 1 out of the 2 pieces we needed. So if we look at this, how many groups of 2/3 can we take away from 5? We can make 7 full groups of 2/3. And here we have half of a group of 2/3 because we would need 2/3 and we only have 1/3.